Hello folks. Today we got really lucky. I planned my trip in advance, going to each city one day at a time. By chance, we arrived here in Rochester, New York during one of its premier festivals. I guess it's celebrating a lilac? That's what it's called. Here in Rochester, this is the Lilac Festival I'm about to show you all. And I don't even know what a lilac looks like. I really should know my flowers, but I don't, I'm sorry. But we're gonna have some fun here at the Lilac Festival in Rochester, New York. Let's get up and see it. Yeah, can I just have the fried Oreos?
Oreos?
Yep.
$6.
Well, I wanted to save my appetite and my money, but I failed at that. Appetite because we have something later, more authentic, to try here in Rochester. But oh well, that's fair food for you. I can't believe I spent $6 whole on fried Oreos at the Lilac Festival, only for it to taste way too hot for me to even taste what it really tastes like. I promise I'm redeeming myself later on in the video. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not seen a single lilac, and we're at the Lilac Festival. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Are these lilacs? Are these lilacs? I have no idea. Maybe these are lilacs? So there's a whole nother part of the Lilac Festival. Oh, here they are. Aren't they? I literally don't know how to differentiate between the white flowers, the purple flowers, the pink flowers. I don't know flowers. One thing's for sure though, there are so many flowers that the pollen is getting on the lens of my camera. So that's annoying. Alright, we have seen the festival. We have seen the lilacs. Put them together, we got a complete festival experience. We haven't even begun to see the city of Rochester, and we're minutes in. As you can tell, the weather has changed a bit, but that does not stop us. Let's get something good and actually filling. It's really raining right now here in Rochester. Quite the opposite weather from how it was a little earlier at the Lilac Festival, but that's all right. So here in Rochester, like Buffalo, they have their own signature dish. Instead of hot wings, hot buffalo wings, there's something called a garbage plate, which when you think of garbage, you think of just all these things mashed together into one big pile. And that's exactly what a garbage plate is. Let me show you. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh my goodness, this plate is gonna cause my stomach some doom. Rochester, what were you thinking? I mean, it looks great and tasty, but how am I gonna even eat this, let alone digest it? Thing is, I wanted to have that authentic Rochester culture while I eat the garbage plate. So I went to the place which it said to have originated. Nick Tahoe's, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but I guess they brought me some bread to go along with this. So I guess I dip it in the potatoes and the meat and the mustard and all of that. And it makes a bit of something to like eat with. I guess that's better than a fork. That was my mistake to get the fair food, the fried Oreos. Here in Rochester, it's all about the garbage plate. Oh man. That garbage plate, let's just say this, it had me well fed. And now I'm pretty close to a food coma, but it's all right. We're here in Rochester, admiring the view, the great cityscape. Actually, this is one of the waterfalls of the Genesee River. Back when we were at Letchworth State Park, we saw another waterfall from the same river, but just a little higher up in elevation. Up north here, the Genesee River is actually getting pretty close to Lake Ontario. Rochester was developed right next to Lake Ontario, so it's a pretty sight. I don't really know what I was saying, but anyway, if you go to Rochester and you get a big craving for just any sort of filling food, try a garbage plate. It doesn't taste like garbage, believe it or not. As you can probably tell, and as it probably looks right now, Rochester is another example of a Rust Belt city. In the northern United States, these are cities which have gone down economically from the deindustrialization process. This used to be a big manufacturer of garments. When the businesses and industry deindustrialized, well, the city sort of went downhill a bit. The trains are still moving though. That's always a good sign. This is not the only waterfall in Rochester flowing the Genesee River into Lake Ontario. I believe there are two others, correct me if I'm wrong as always. But let's actually see what downtown Rochester looks like. After all, Rochester is New York State's third most populous city. So why not check it out in a little more detail? I will say that it's amazing that this and the other falls in Rochester exist, considering for most of my drive here in northwestern New York State, it's just flat farmland. But New York is spotted with tons of hidden gems. Oh man, look at all these historical buildings made of brick. This probably predates the Art Deco era, 1800s industrial building material. So I was right, this is the historic district, which means that there has to be a much more modern city than what's back there. We'll just have to see modern Rochester. Oh, something else I forgot. Rochester used to be a big manufacturer of flour, like baking flour. So not only does it have the Lilac flour, as in Lilac Festival, it also has a history of making flour used to cook and bake. But that's just another industry that sort of fell off. A great comparison. Industrial days over there, modern days today over there. From apparently the signs on the businesses that I see, we're in Center City, Rochester, and it's clear to see that there is this fusion, as I said before, of old architecture from the Gilded Age, Industrial Age, whatever you want to call it, and then today's modern skyscrapers. Old and new. Oh my goodness, are these lilacs too? They're all over the city. Not just in that one park, all over the city. Although I still could be wrong. I still don't know what a lilac is. Yeah, look at these gargantuan buildings up there. Enormous. gives you a perspective on the sheer size and power of Rochester in this area. Or at least, if not the strength of it today, the influence of it from long ago. Seems like we've done as much as we can here in Rochester, at least for one day. And I'm saying one day because Rochester, like Buffalo and many other cities in this area, it really takes more than one day to explore the entirety of this place. Get out of New York City. Come to Rochester. There's so much waiting for you. Well, looks like we're back at the mighty Genesee River, heart of Western New York. A great place to end this video off. And like I said, there is so much to do in Rochester. Come and visit for yourself to see the might of this city. So, standing in front of this peaceful, tranquil river with cars in front of me making a loud noise, but nevertheless, behind us is a sense of peace and tranquility. So, with that being said, more travels to come. I will see you at the next location.